Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. And today I've got two replays in the Tier 9 Premium French light tank, the Fraternité. Now the Fraternité is a light tank which I actually really enjoy. It's a little bit different than the other light tanks because one, it has a speed mode which you can see I'm activated here, and that really increases your mobility, and you can absolutely fly once you've got this speed mode on. But naturally it does decrease your accuracy, and you're not going to hit a lot of shots while you're in that mode, but it does allow you to get to those good positions pretty early doors. It then has two gun options. One gun option is the 6-shot autoloader, which is a gun I'm not using, and the other gun is a more unique gun. It's why I use it, because the 6-shot autoloader makes the tank feel like a lot of other tanks, where this gun is a lot more fun. It's basically a 2-shot burst gun, but each round in your clip shoots 3 shots in a burst for 200 alpha per shot. So you pull the trigger and then automatically fires 3 shots, one after each other, for 200 alpha, giving you a clip potential of 1200 if you land both of your 2 shells. It does make it awkward to hit tanks which are moving basically, and if you're doing zigzags it's very awkward to actually hit all 3 shots. And if you do miss the shots, it does feel like, well, you're not actually getting a lot of damage in. But in the right situations, it can be quite fun when you can get that quick burst into someone, and it just makes it a bit more unique and more fun to play. So in this initial replay, we are on Proc, and we're just trying to use the sort of outside ridge on the 1 line to try and spot anything down the 1-2 line and see if we can get some assistance from our friendly artillery and the tanks which are with us. You can see I'm turning around here, just trying to extend my view range here and give myself a quicker escape. We do spot this enemy E4, and I'm expecting him to start getting shot at by our team, but that's not really happening. The enemy artillery is not really looking this way, and we're just not really picking up any assistance from this area. So it's not great, and I'm starting to think, well, is there any point in really spotting here? If I'm not going to get any shots, I'm putting myself at risk quite a lot when I get spotted like that by that enemy light tank. If the E4 is not going to get shot at, it's probably not worth me really bothering to spot that angle anymore. So I decided, looking at the mini-map, my team have pushed down the opposite side on the 9-0 down the hill, and I'm just going to try and relocate and see if I can find out a better way to get into this game, and kind of accept the fact that maybe we'll lose the 1-2 line and we'll just have to deal with that later. So I'm moving in, and I spotted enemy Barras sort of just being a nuisance in our side of the spawn, our side of the map. I'm going to see if I can get some shots in, but here's a classic case of I don't really know why I fired those shots at all. That was just pointless, never going to hit, and I've just wasted one of that clip really. The second time around we do manage to connect 2 out of the 3 shells, and we do track him in place, just allowing our friendly tank destroyer to close the distance on him. I'm hoping he's going to finish him off. If I didn't waste that first shot, then I would have been able to finish it off myself. I pull into this little dip here to protect myself so I don't get shot by the enemy team. Just enough time for our friendly charioteer to take out the Barras. And that puts us on about 1,000 damage with 500 assistance, with 7 enemy tanks remaining. So it's not really been a great, fantastic start to this game. And I'm definitely going to need to try and get my sort of damage or assistance later into this game. But it does appear that the enemy team haven't really pushed the 1-2 line, and we still have that control by our friendly tank destroyer down that side, and our friendly artillery is still alive. So I'm going to push down to this ridge now and see if we get an opportunity to get any rear shots onto these tanks on the 4-5 line. Might be able to dump my clip in there and try and pick up a bit of damage, or maybe even pick up a bit of assistance. But you can see where they're playing, they are completely concealed by that dune, and unless they poke up high, I'm not going to be able to get any shots in. So my real plan is here, now being the only light tank remaining on our friendly team, is can I just find a way and spot in the tanks? I know where sort of 2 of the tanks are. The rest of the tanks I'm 100% confident that they're just pretty much sitting at the bottom of the 1-2 line. And if we can get rid of these sort of like this 1-shot light tank and maybe these medium tanks in the middle, it will allow me to push up, get underneath the ridge on the 1-2 line, keep all the tanks spotted, and then finally maybe we'll pick up some assistance in this game. So that is the plan. We have taken the lead now. It's 7 versus 5, taking the advantage. You see, I'm going to go and try rotate round. This is the beauty of this tank, having this sort of speed mode and it's allowing you to move around the map quickly. I'm not actually in the speed mode at the moment, but yeah, it's still pretty quick without the speed mode. I do run the traction system just to boost my top speed when I'm not in the speed mode, and it gets to 66 kilometers an hour. So it's a fairly mobile light tank. Still a very even game. I'm thinking, can I just take out this one medium tank here, and that will give me the freedom to push underneath the ridge, is what I really want to do, to keep all the tanks spotted on the 1-2 line. And I'm going to go for it now. He is clippable for me. I get 2 out of the 3 in. It's still, our friendly team hits a shot and we're able to finish him off there, picking up our second kill. And now I'm making a beeline straight to the assistants. I want to get there before my team do, and I will pick up the assistants. And that's exactly what happens. I spot all the tanks in the bottom of the corner. This is where it's sort of just knowing when to be aggressive and when not to be. Now, any tanks that want to shoot me have to full send over the ridge. I'm expecting the 60 TP to shoot me here, but he actually bounces. And yeah, naturally, as he's full committing over that ridge, he puts himself in the fire of our friendly team. And yeah, I just want him to finish him off now so he doesn't put another shot into us. He does get taken out by our friendly artillery, thankfully, and now we can dump our remaining shells into that E4. And you can see when you get an opportunity like that, you can just burst that damage in very, very quickly. With only 2 tanks remaining left, I do get the spot on the artillery, and yeah, we hopefully can pick up a big chunk of assistance, considering that really, the start of the game, we didn't really do a lot, right? I mean, we tried, but we didn't really achieve a lot of damage. But we pick it all up at the end. I know there's a Sturm Tiger sat on this 1-2 line somewhere. I'm trying to poke and spot him. I'm putting myself up to 5,000 assistance now. I feel like we probably won this game. I'm just going to go in and just hope that even if I get killed by the Sturm Tiger, I'll get the assistance. Now I am fully expecting him to shoot me. He does get spotted, but we're picking up the assistance. But we get behind him, and we're able to finish him off here to pick up our 3rd kill of the game and put us on to 5,000 damage and 5,500 assistance and 3,000 damage of our own. Having a decent game there with the 3 kills. It is only a first class, but a decent game nonetheless. But we have a really nice game with action coming up in the second replay here. So I'll move on and see you in a bit for the second replay. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2 on Erlenberg, and this time we are platooned up with our buddy Swindle321 in his T7 Black Tank Destroyer. So initially we've activated our speed mode, and we're just going to zoom across the 8-9 and try and get there before anyone else to spot what enemy tanks are coming. And you can see in this speed mode, especially with traction system on, you absolutely fly across the map. So we get into this position early enough, and we do in fact disengage our speed mode, so we've got a better chance of shooting stuff, and we spot some enemy light tanks. And here's a classic case of taking really 50-50 shots at best, which never really going to pay off. I think we do hit him, but we only do critical damage because it's a wheelie boy, and we just damage his will. So it has slowed him down a little bit. Our friendly team are engaging, and at the moment it appears that it's only really these 2 light tanks here, so I kind of want to just get rid of these tanks as quickly as we can, kill these tanks, get them out of the game, and then we can just sort of move on and go from there. Now our second round, again, not very successful. We only put 1 out of the 6 shots into that enemy light tank, and the thing is with the Fraternite, because of the burst rounds and how quickly you get those rounds out of the barrel, you don't actually have a lot of ammo count, and if you're taking these 50-50 at shot best chances, you can quite often run out of ammo, which may be a feature in this replay. So that is something you need to be aware of, and maybe I should have not sort of wasted these shots again. A light tank was probably going to die anyway, but I wanted to try and get the kill. I don't get it, but I do get 1 shot of damage, so it's not really ideal. But we're now going to push very aggressively to spot this side of the map for our friendly team, because I feel like I've got a lot of tanks behind us, and if I can spot these tanks in the open, in theory I should start to pick up some assistance. So I do pick up a first kill of the game and a little bit more damage, and now I spotted this AT-15 and this enemy Soviet heavy tank who is hold down. So it's a little bit awkward because I hold down, I can't really get good shots into them myself, but I'm thinking I have a lot of tanks behind me, like 4 tanks behind me. If they can just kill these 2 tanks for me by me keeping them detected, then we can just move on from this position, and then I can either, from there I can just continue pushing around into their base and hopefully get shots and spot enemy tanks on the hill, or I can go back if I need to defend my base. I just want to clear this position out at the start, but it hasn't really gone to plan, because I'm kind of thinking these tanks are going to get shot at, but because they're hull down and I guess no one really has any good shots at them, only really this AT-15 really, like the Soviet heavy tank, where he is, it's kind of awkward, and he's a double barrel tank, so I can't really push him like this, to be honest. I can push him if all my team went with me, then I could, but if they don't, I'm kind of stuck here now, and this is when I'm starting to think, you know what, I might have to just leave and get out of here, because I'm not really achieving anything right now, apart from just spotting a couple of tanks. I do try and get some shots in to get a little bit of damage in this AT-15 as he pokes up. Again, nothing's really happening. It looked like our medium tank was on the go in. I thought, oh, maybe I can go in with him, but he stops, and it's just not working so well at all. And I'm thinking this is probably going to be a lost cause here. Yeah, it's not going ideal at all. We get some more shots in the AT-15, but now I'm thinking, yeah, I'm probably just going to have to abandon this. The problem I've got, though, is when I try and leave, I know that they're going to have shots at me. And I'm thinking, if a double barrel hit both of his shots and the AT-15 hit me, they could kill me leaving. So that's why I'm sort of hesitant on leaving, and it's kind of the last resort, really, at the moment. I'm just sort of hoping that these tanks will get shot at. But it's not happening, as you can see, so I think it's around about now where I decide to enable my speed mode and try and get out of there, or at least in a minute it will be, because we are winning the game, but we're not. It's still very, very close, and for my part of the game I haven't really got anything done. So this is when I just do think, right, I'm just getting to go out there, hope for the best, try and just dodge and weave, and just hope to lose our spot so we can get out of there. We pick a little bit of assistance after we're leaving. But thankfully now we've actually managed to escape, and we just had to abandon that position. My plan didn't go. It didn't go to plan, but it doesn't. The second you move, I've now got an opportunity to actually get shots into this Conqueror. And one of the beauties with this gun is, you can see there, I track them in place, and then I re-track them in place with the second round. So it's really good at hitting like those stationary heavy tanks, which can't just dodge out of the way quickly. That's when you can start to pick up your damage. And I land all those shells, putting us under 2,000 damage now, with 1,000 assistance and 2 kills. And now I'm thinking I'm going to go across the bridge and spot the enemy tanks on the hill. But as I make my advance here, Swindle, as you can see, clearly gets in my way. And that was, not my fault in the slightest. Yeah, well, we'll leave it at that, I think. Yeah. So we're now going to try and get up to the ridge and try and spot for my friendly team. Maybe find a way to get side shots on those tanks on the 3-4 line. And just see what we can do from here. I know I've got sort of Swindle in the tank that's sort of covering me, so I do have a gun. And I was thinking we can get underneath this ridge. This game could be ended pretty quickly if we all sort of push up and just deal with these tanks. So as I make my advance to do that, see if I can get any side shots, see if I can spot any tanks here on the right hand side. We spot an enemy T-95, which is obviously going to make it very awkward to push there. We can keep them spotted though to get shot by my team, but then this enemy Czech heavy tank comes around, and now I am in a real situation and a bit of a pickle, to be honest with you. Enemy Dragon has decided that he is going to throw his tank away to try and kill me. He gets one shot into me, but then I'm able to finish him off. So I do lose a shot, but that was kind of okay for me. We killed a tank for it and pick up a third kill. But I have got to leave now. Like, I've got to edge my bets on trying to escape, because again, it's just sort of not really gone to plan there. But that heavy tank pushing up has put me in a real situation. I tried to get safe behind these buildings to see if I can find an angle to get shots into that heavy tank, because it wasn't really taking any punishment from my friendly team. But that's not going to work. I think if I stay here any longer, I'm just going to die. So I'm just going to have to get out of there. And that's the kind of the thing with this tank, is because you have the good mobility this tank has, with that speed mode, you are able to just get yourself out of situations and just think, right, that isn't working. What can I do next? So my next plan is that I'm going to probably try and push to sort of the K12 line, and see if I can hug the border if I'm able to get across to sort of the K1 area, I might be able to get side shots in, but I'd have to get across unlit. You know, that's the real key, is trying to get across unlit so I can get side shots onto these tanks and try and make some stuff happen, because we're losing this game now. We're one tank down. It's all very, very close. I am conscious that I am starting to run out of ammo at this point. You know, I've only... He says he's got 18 rounds left, but, you know, like I say, each round is 6 shots. So I don't really have that much ammo left at all. And that's one thing this tank could do with, is a little bit more of an ammo boost. Otherwise, yeah, I kind of take a lot of 50-50 shots in this tank, which I shouldn't really take, to be honest. So I do get to where I wanted to. I've got this enemy heavy tank in a position where I can get, hopefully, side shots in this turret. Again, like I say, it's all good though. We've been rocking backwards and forwards. Someone's kind of aware I am there, because someone took a blind fire at me. We're going to try and get a shot into the side of this turret, but it's kind of awkward. We put one shot into him, but he then panics, and that actually does allow me to get the remaining 3 shells into the rear of the tank and pick up a bit of damage and put us on the 3 kills. But with only 12 rounds left, that's essentially just another 2 clips. This is still very, very, very tight game. We do have, what, 3,500 damage around, 1,500 assistance. We've had an okay game, but it's still, yeah, we want to win this game. And we're going to see now we can try and sneak up maybe on the T95 and get some side shots into him. Yeah, that's what we're planning to do now. We're going to go to that little hill on the left, or maybe we can get some side shots in. We've kind of abandoned the other side of the map now, but it's okay. Like I said, we can get back if we need to. So could sort of swindle, because he does have decent concealment. But I wanted to try and get some punish in, to try and get the last, you know, the maximum amount of my last remaining shells, really. So the T95, we do have side shots in. We damage his ammo rack, looking to get the last clip in, but he turns, and then I'm not going to fire now because I'm probably going to bounce unless he turns again and he gives me side shots. If he does do that, I opt to try and pick up the kill. And we pick up our 4th kill now, and puts us on to 4,000 odd damage. But we've only got 6 shells left, so again, only 2 more rounds, basically, you know, with this gun. So not great, because there's still 5 tanks remaining. So I'm certainly going to need my team to pick up some of the kills, because I can probably really only pick up 2 more kills depending on the enemy hit points. So I'm going to go back now and kill this and try and fight the tanks coming back to my base, because I know they were at least that heavy tank, which I was fighting earlier, the AT-15, they were not full health because we were putting some shots into them. So maybe I can try and take out one of them tanks, pick up another kill, and just get the most out of my remaining shells. So we get across here with the speed mode. We do spot the enemy heavy tank, which was a problem to us earlier. He is a one shot to us, so we're going to opt to try and take this tank out, see if we can pick up our 5th kill. That is exactly what we do, pick up the 5th kill. But now we only have 3 shots left, 1 little round left. And we're going to go and see if we can take out the AT-15 to pick up our 6th kill of the game, and get a top gun with our last shell, and then hope, because we're going to have no ammo, that Swindle can do the rest for us, to be honest, because we're not going to have any ammo left. So we're going to go in. We should be able to pick up this kill here. He is on a one shot to us, so we're just going to make sure we get round the side of him, pick up the kill there, getting our 6th kill of the game. And we're on no ammo now, so yeah, we can't shoot any more tanks, but it is not where the story ends. There's 2 tanks remaining, and I can still at this point think, well, I can still spot, I can't shoot, but I can still spot tanks. So I'm going to start to head across, but then I spot this IS, and I've realised he's only on about 200 hit points. So yeah, let's see what happens. I think at this point Swindle was saying, look, no, don't do anything silly, because this game is not won. But I'll be honest, I'm thinking, well, maybe you can think what is going through my mind right now. I want the Devastator. I've got no ammo, but I have got speed, and that is on my side. So I've picked my route. We're going to use this building to try and protect ourselves. Can we get in there? Hopefully he doesn't trap us in place. He misses his shot. And yes, we do pick up the 7th kill. We found a way to get into that game without no ammo. And now it's in a 2 versus 1. And hopefully Swindle can do the rest for us. But yeah, we found a way into that game with no ammo. And yeah, I couldn't opt that. I think Swindle was saying don't do it. But I was always going to do that. Yeah, to be honest, at that point, that was in my mind. There was no change in that. So, is this enemy heavy tank left remaining? Swindle is just trying to find him now. I will get back to him in a second. Here we go. He's almost off reload. He can afford to beat one shot. Now, he wasn't really expecting him to be there. Neither was I, to be honest with you. Thankfully, his interkit beats his and he's able to get that shot in and picks up the kill and confirms the win for our team. So, how did we get on? We did have 7 kills, 4,000 sort of 800 damage. Getting the ace tanker there and the 7 kills, getting the devastator and the medal for destroying the heavy tank with a light tank while ramming it. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for your support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!